again. I'm excited to follow up on something that I brought up some time ago and didn't really get into any detail, but it's a topic that is befuddling to most parents and a problem. And that is about the whole thing about attention. So, what I said before is that at birth, babies recognize and prefer their mother's voice. They will look preferentially toward their mother and the sound of her voice and be able to distinguish it from the voices of other people. Why is it that nature did that? Well, because infants are totally dependent on that adult as far as nature is concerned anyway. Nowadays we have many other ways of having and rearing children that may not be biologically ours. But nature made it so that the infant would tune in to mom because her attention and her signals represent potential safety, even in times where there is question or potential harm, or it's not clear whether the child should approach it or avoid it. So children are programmed in terms of their cognitive functions, in terms of their emotions. Their whole brain at the onset is really focused in on mom first, and then any secondary caregiver who is a regular in that child's life. They need to know that mom is paying attention to them because they don't know very much. They don't have skills that would help them navigate the possible issues of life and the world and dangers, what is okay, what is pleasurable and fine, and what could possibly be harmful in some way. And they get those signals from mom. So their attention is focused on mom, even when it doesn't seem apparent. A little toddler playing on the living room floor or outside on the playground may seem totally engrossed in what they are doing. But actually, there is a piece of their attention, their focus, their vision, their hearing, everything that actually is taking in mom and what is mom saying and what does that have to do with me? This problem of attention gets so much play, and people talk about how don't pay attention, you're going to spoil that child, or the child is just doing that to get your attention. Yes, yes, it's true, the child is doing it to get your attention. And that's a really, really important thing that nature has designed in that way to safeguard the child and to give you, as the parent, opportunities to parent the child in a way that is going to be constructive, that is going to keep that child safe, and keep the child attached to you. I'm not going to talk now about attachment, which is a huge issue in science, in child development, in parenting, in anything that is presented to you in the form of parenting advice. It is something really important. And we talk about the nature of attachment, not whether there's an attachment. The fact is that every child is attached in one way or another to his or her parents and cares a lot about what that parent thinks about them. We were in a resort setting in a hot tub not too long ago, and the tub, which was not too hot for young children, was really barely tepid, was occupied by several young mothers and quite a number of young children, probably from age 8 to 12 months on up to young teens. What was going on is that one particular child continued to do behaviors that would capture her mother's attention. Her mother was very busy talking to another adult and in a very caring way sitting and holding the infant so that that infant would be safe in the tub, in that setting. It was the picture of perfect maternal caring and attention, and it seemed like such a normal situation until and if you really tuned in. What was going on just underneath that level was that the mother was so intent in her conversation with the other adult that the child had to make tremendous efforts to gain her attention. And when did the child get her mother's attention? Every time she did something the mother considered objectionable or unacceptable or bad. So when the child acted out, when she specifically and seemingly perversely did what mom didn't want, mom would turn to her and say something to her. Sometimes what mom said to her was, "Stop that." Sometimes it was, "If you do that again, I will," whatever. And it really didn't matter to the child what mom said, as long as mom turned toward her, noticed her, and gave her some kind of attention. Because attention is that important, because nature has programmed children to seek the attention of adults, whatever captures the adult's attention is going to be something that reinforces, makes stronger, supports, and makes more likely that that particular behavior is going to happen again. What do you want your children to do again? Certainly not perversely pinch other children, throw water on strange adults, or any of those kinds of behaviors. What you want your child to do is to play constructively with other children. You want them to maybe experience the water in various ways. You want them not to take risks that could potentially be dangerous or harmful to them. So whatever behaviors you want your child to do are the ones that need to get your attention, because children are experts at getting your attention. And whatever way they capture it, they will do, they will seek out. It is so hard for parents to think through this and modify their own behaviors about when and how they provide attention to their children. Strong attention is strongly reinforcing. It makes it more likely that behaviors happen again. So in a situation where you are with other adults and your child is seeking your attention by doing behaviors that you don't like, unless that behavior is really dangerous or intrusive on other people, try to wait until that child does something you really like, or you even like a little bit, anything that is going to be an opportunity for you to interact with your child in a positive way. Not say, "Oh, you're being such a good child," because there's a risk in that too, because we don't want children to act only to get positive feedback or praise from you. But notice it. "Oh, I see you're playing with your cousin. Looks like you're having a great time." That is an effective, positive message. "Oh, you seem to like the water. I see you splashing. I see that you're really enjoying it, and that the two of you are really making a friendship as you play together." Those messages really work. Catch your child doing something right. Catch your child doing something, in quotes, good. And talk to them, give them attention at that time. Not praise, not yelling at them, but just any kind of attention. And those are the behaviors the child will perform again. Next time, the blog is going to be about attachment that I mentioned at the beginning of this blog. I hope that you find it helpful. If you have questions, you have follow-up ideas, or something you didn't understand, feel free to contact me, write to me, and I will be happy to clear it up. Thanks for watching.